Hello guys, welcome back to Spennymoor Town here on Football Manager blog. We got an unexpected, somewhat unexpected promotion to League 2. So we've had to overhaul the squad, which I'm going to show you what I've done. Lots of changes that are getting made. I'm going to take you through what changes we've made to our contracts, what changes we've made to staff, also players, and tell you a little bit about what we're going to be hopefully doing this season. The biggest change for us is we've now entered this competition, the Checker Trade Trophy. In real life, I was actually at Wembley when Lincoln, and I used to go to University of Lincoln, way back in 2002. I graduated from there, and I was at the final, and Lincoln managed to beat, I think it was Scunthorpe in the final, won 1-0, and we got to experience that. There was about 20,000 Lincoln fans there, possibly even 26,000, a mint atmosphere, and they lifted the trophies. That was amazing. So it does give teams like Spennymoor, just come up from League 2, the chance to play some of the big boys like Arsenal's under-23s, and in real life it gives obviously the under-23s the chance to play competitive football against professional teams. So it's a really good way of integrating the leagues together, and I'm looking forward to being in that competition. What I first want to show you guys and want to introduce you to and say goodbye to is some of our transfers. Now, as you can see, we've got a contract on a data analyst and a goalkeeping coach, a brilliant goalkeeping coach. Look at that, 17, 18, 17. That would fit any team, and we've got him for potentially 3 years. So I'm over the moon about that. However, that's not what we're here to do. The team has actually gone professional now that we're in League 2. So I've been, most of the contracts got changed over, but some of them didn't. So I've been going through my team, as I'll show you in a second, and getting sorted for getting my players on full-time contracts. There's only one player that won't, and that is Johnny Byrne at the moment, our centre-half, because he's upset that we sold Sean Tootin. And I pressed the wrong button when I was going to discuss it with him, and he's now in a little bit of a huff with me. So I'm waiting till he chills out and then get him swapped over onto a full-time contract. So I guess we should start just by saying goodbye to a few of the players that have done well for us. We've done 13 players out with 14 players in, and we have actually managed to make a sale for money, which is good stuff. The first one is just a few players that went. Reece Williams, he was on loan all last season. He didn't play at all for us, would have got rid of him earlier. Harry Cardwell, he has a future transfer arranged. I'm not quite sure how that works. Let's have a look. What's he doing? I don't know. That might just be a little bug. But he played for us. He scored 6 goals. He didn't do too bad, but he's moved on to Billericay, and decent player. Jordan Launcher, again, he was a player who did okay for us. Played 40 matches. He was steady. I've just got better options now that I've moved up the league, which is why he's moved on. Same really goes for Mitch Rose. Mitch Rose did well for us, did okay, and he's moved on to Chester. So we obviously wish him well. He's a key player for them. Wasn't a bad player for us, but again, we had better options. Abdi Sharif. Now, this was a player I wasn't sure about because he potentially could have done really well for us, and he actually did play 40 matches and was quite key for us during last season. But he's moved on to Peterborough. He's actually gone to League 1, which I'm quite surprised at, but he's in there under 23, so we'll have to wait and see how he progresses. The big transfer was George Smith. George Smith, who did very well for us, played nearly every game and had a rating of just about 7. That's kind of your benchmark. If you're under 7, you're not great. If you're over 7, you're doing very well. And he got a 6.99, so 7 essentially. Was our only left back, so it was really quite essential for us last season. But we got a really big bid. As you can see, we got £110,000, and that could go up to as high as 125. And he's in League 1, and I'm not sure if he's actually playing or not. Well, they've actually got a loan from Swansea, a left back. So I believe he is currently, where is he? Can you see him? Because I can't. Oh yeah, he's currently in the squad as a backup player. One of their lower paid players. So may not play much, but a good sale for us. Jordan Sinnott has gone back to Harrogate. Now, I like Sinnott because he has good... I've got a little bit of earwax there that's kind of making noises. I always get that. I get really bad earwax if I don't keep putting those drops in, so my bad. Very naturally fit, good at long throws. He's brave, so he's a brave, fit long thrower who takes penalties. So it's quite... Sometimes you can make some funny things up if you say, well, what they're good at. So he works hard at throwing long, and he can do it for ages because he's naturally fit. But he's only a 44, but still not a terrible player. And he's moved on to Harrogate in the national. Again, did okay for us, but didn't set the world on fire, so we're not going to miss him. George Ray moved on to Yeovil again and joined their for a free transfer. Yeah, not much to say about him. Chris Thackeray actually went for £300, although we got 300 quid. But he was a player who didn't play at all for us last season and only played very rarely for us in the season before in the Panorama North. So, we wish him well. He joined Tranmere on a permanent and wish him well for that. Oman Bayek, he was one of the first signings I made. Did well for us, played 80 times over a couple of seasons and always did steady for us, guys. And we've just got better options, but he did his job. One of our heroes, Sean Tewton, 28-year-old, look at the first season. Absolutely carved it up and did well, to be fair, when he played in the National League. But another league up, I felt that he wasn't able to do anything. And obviously we had access to better loan players, so he moved on. Kyle Connell, very aggressive, very brave, works hard. He's fully committed. This is a guy who'll run through a brick wall for you. But he just didn't have the technical ability, I think, for this level. So we sold him to Clyde. He was last season he spent on loan at Airdrie. Didn't do too much in the Ladbrokes Championship and has now moved to Ladbrokes League 1. So I think he'll do better, to be honest, at that level. But he never really played for us. He never really got in the team. He was a squad player for us, and very quickly he was a player that I kind of regretted signing, if I'm honest. Spennymoor keeper Renshaw has moved on to loan to Torquay, and he will sign permanently at the end of this season, so he's leaving us as well. I couldn't negotiate any wages off them, which was irritating, so I'm essentially paying for him this season. So that's the players that have gone out. So let's now look at the players who've come in, and there's 14 of them, so we'll do as quick as we can. Harvey Rogers has joined us. He's a 23-year-old from, he's played for Hull, played for Accrington in League 2. He's also played at League 1 but not done anything, so I've signed him on to League for us. He hasn't really done anything yet, and I'm thinking this might have been a signing that had I waited a bit longer to make, I may not have made. I think that was maybe a rash one, so we'll wait and see. He's not currently in the first team thoughts, but he's a backup. I think he's down as a first team player, but I'm going to have to play with that and make sure that everyone's got the right squad level. Jared Bird has joined us. I like the fact that all of his stats are above 8 or 6. There's no red stats there. My red zone is below 6. He's a ball-winning midfielder. He's played well initially, and he's on quite low money for this level. Did play for Ebbsfleet last season and got a 7, which I like. So I feel he might be able to step up. And again, I had literally no players, which is why if you look at my friendly results, I got hammered in most of the games because I just didn't have any players. I took my time, as you can see. All my players were signed till mid-July because I really took my time in searching for them. Olamilda Shodipo, and again, apologies if I butcher any names. He is an inside forward. That's exactly the type of position that we use. He's a right-footed player, but I play him on either side. He can play either side as a winger. I like the fact that he's got a little bit of pace. He's a good player for League 2, and he's a decent player for this level. Player that I could potentially improve on, but doing well. We did actually manage to sign Jamie Sterry. When we got that promotion, he would join us. We tried a few times last season, bit of pace, proven player for us. Last season did very well, hoping he's going to do very well this season as well. Shane McLaughlin has joined us, centre mid, worth 80k. Plays in a number of positions, a deep line playmaker, box-to-box midfielder, centre midfielder and Mazzala. Plays loads of different roles, so he's competent doing pretty much anything in the middle of the field. He's a backup player according to the team, but he did play in the national and did okay. Again, this is a player who might not be able to step up, but you don't have a ton of options when you're coming up. Sam Habergam played for Lincoln and was actually in the team when I watched him lift the trophy in real life. He played Vanarama National last season for Wrexham and did well over 2 seasons at that level, and we're bringing him back into League 2. He has got experience playing League 2 before, so I'm confident that he's going to be okay playing League 2 for us. And it was pretty much a situation, guys, where I kind of struggled to find any left back. There wasn't all of the targets that I mentioned that we'd had before, it just didn't work. I just didn't get them. I wanted players like Rion Brewster on loan, just couldn't get any of them. We did manage to get Connor Comer on loan. We're only paying 200 quid a week for him, and he's got finishing of 13, which I like. The rest of the stats are just okay. I'm a little bit dubious whether he's going to be good enough, but plays in a lot of different up front positions well, which I like. He hasn't really played any games, but he has scored in pre-season. Could be a bust. I'm hoping not. But it's a player that I was very happy to sign. Was a goalkeeper, right-footed goalkeeper, 6'1". Jumps an aerial very, very well. He's basically a salmon. Good handling, good decisions, good bravery. He's quite fast. So he's kind of does everything okay. Kicking's decent. He's just a young guy at 20. And we got him for a decent deal. And he is potential to be a League Two goalkeeper. So he's not quite there yet. But Matej, it was from Manchester United, so from a good coaching pedigree. So we'll wait and see how he pans out. We signed a bit of pace for the right wing, Ben Johnson. Now, for those historians among you, he's not the Ben Johnson that, well, obviously wouldn't be, who got the 9.79, the drug-assisted world record, which at the time people thought, how the hell does anyone go that fast? Usain Bolt since gone much, much faster. He played for West Ham, didn't get really any games, played in the reserves, did okay, but I've signed him mainly for his pace, and he's a backup, so we'll wait and see. He's got upside, he's got the potential to be a League Two right winger, again not on a ton of money, and we needed players. We've got Jack Stretton on loan, and again he falls into the team. He's a winger, and he's just there with a bit of pace, and is a backup player again. And they're saying he's an important player, so potentially his current ability is a little bit higher than Ben's on the left there. But we've got, I think our first choice will be Olamindi, and then going down. Another player on loan who has a ton of pace for the right side of the team is Lagi Ramazani, who has a brilliant name, and I'm excited about him. He did play one game for Charlton in the Sky Bet Championship, and shows that he's got a bit of ability going on. Benny Ashley Seal, who again has a bit of pace, is a forward and has good finishing. He's brave, he's good at penalties, he's a steady player for this level. Was in the setups at Wolves, didn't play any games, so we'll give him a chance at this level, see what he's got. And then two Leeds loan signings. This guy is probably one of my best players, and he's very well suited to League Two football with the potential to play 2 leagues higher. So Callum Nichol could well be a great signing for us as we move into the season. He's composed, he's good at passing, he's good at technique, he's got some pace to him, and he's in pre-season had a 7.75, so that's pretty cool. And lastly, Liam Kitchen, who is a centre-half, 20-year-old, an important player who has a big upside, potential League One central defender. That could even be slightly higher. He doesn't have great technique as according to the thing, but everything's good. So he's been steady away early doors, and did play for Harrogate for 2 years on loan and did okay, but didn't set the world on fire, but helped him get promoted. So we'll give him a chance to see what's going on. So the team there, as you can see, if we just look at contracts, we do have Ercolani, Nadesan, Robson, Norman, Byrne and Lavery on part-time deals. They've all been offered full-time deals, with the exception of Byrne, who remains unhappy at the sale of Sean Chewton. And I can't, for some reason, talk to him about it. I can offer him a rest, but I don't want to. And that is that. So that is basically, guys, the update for the team. I've got a lot of players that are just on a year's contract, and they're the loan players, Norman, Lavery and Habingham. Most of them will be going on to another year. I expect that, if we just go back to our custom view there, which, I expect that these players, I'll start to recycle them through. In terms of finances, just to finally show you that, we do have $250,000 in the bank. We have a transfer budget of 186, but oddly I cannot seem to adjust that, which I'm upset about, because I was hoping to throw that all back into wages, but the team won't let me do it, which is irritating. But we are spending 19,000. We did have a wage budget of 22, so there is a bit of leeway going on there. But I'm happy with that. Obviously, our balance will go down pretty heftily. And the last thing to show you is we do have expanding stadium. I would like to make a request that we get training improved, but we're not going to be able to do that. But hopefully, guys, hopefully we will be able to progress. And like I say, our staff's good. We just need to start the season off. We're going to be playing cautiously to begin with and giving everyone a chance. There's a lot of players who are kind of around the same level. You've got players like Ashley Seal, Jared Bird, Ben Johnson, who are all sort of there or thereabouts, particularly up front. It might well be that all of these players will get given a chance. It may well be Naddison who ends up up front for us again. The player that I'm thinking may miss out may well be Caelan Lavery, who may well need to be sold because he's got £1,000 a week, and I'm not sure that he's going to be very far into the team. In fact, I'm probably going to try and sell him in the next episode, I think, just to kind of... He's a good player, but I don't think he's going to get many games. But what kind of attracts me to him is the fact that he went to League Two and scored 14 goals, and I think he's proven at a higher level. So for me, it's likely that he's going to be in and around the team. In fact, I'm going to put him on. I'm going to put him on in there somewhere for this game. However, that is going to be the end of this video, guys. I hope you liked the preview. You know, I'm just looking to survive this season. That's what it's going to be, and then build next season on, you know, keep scouting teams. I'm going to go through the teams, and I'm going to ask for reports on all of the teams, including under 23s. I'm going to slowly do that so I know exactly who's in the teams. I'm going to try and get as many scouts as I can so that I can do that work, and we'll wait and see how that comes. What I'm looking for is to be able to know exactly who I want to buy at the end of each season, so I can slowly grade up and keep traveling through the leagues. So that's about it, guys. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the preview. I know we didn't have a game today, but we will next time as we start League Two. So thanks for watching.